Friends, welcome to Testing Shala YouTube channel. In this video, you will be learning about how to write a test cases for the lift functionality. You will be knowing in detail on how to write the test cases for lift functionality. Before moving further, if you have visited Testing Shala YouTube channel, then please click on subscribe and bell notification so that all our future videos related to software testing will be in your inbox. That would help you to enhance your software testing skills. So let us understand what are the different types of test cases which you can write for the lift functionality. The first test case you should write here is again which is very critical test case is the capacity of the lift or load carrying capacity. Lift is meant for 4-person carrying capacity or 6 capacity, 8, 10, 12, something like that. Every lift is having its own capacity of lifting the load lifting capacity. So based on the requirement, let's say if the lift is meant for 4 members capacity, then whatever the specification it gives the load, then your lift should work for that given load. If I'm putting excess load, then you should alarm the people who are inside the lift that it is overloaded. That is the first test case. The second test case is dimension of the lift. So whatever the space which they are given for lift installation, the lift should be of that dimension only. So whatever the specification which has been given for lift manufacturing, the similar kind of dimension they should implement, and that needs to be get validated during installation of the lift. The third test case is how many floor this lift is supported. There are few lifts which can only work for 3 floors. There are few lifts which can work even 30 floors, 150 floors, and so on, right? So whatever the minimum basic specification which has been given in the requirement for the lift, then it should support those many floors, because based on the building floor, even the keypad panel within the lift is also has been manufactured appropriately. The fourth test cases which I just spoke about is based on the supported floors, the keypad in the lift cabin should have appropriate keypads. The fifth is lift door sensor. You should also check whether the lift door is having sensor or not, whether sensors are really works or not. When somebody moving, when the door is closing, then lift should stop closing the door, and you should be able to sense any object interruption when it is trying to close the door. Then door should not close during that time. That is the important test case for lift door sensor. Then 6 test cases you should write here is lift alarm. There should be a provision to have an alarm inside the lift. When somebody wants to set an alarm for emergency situation, it should work as expected. Then you should also validate the buttons in the lift for opening and closing the doors, lift doors. That is the 7th test case. 8th test case is you should also see whatever the timings we have set in for the opening door or closing door, then it should work as expected. If I said the door should open within 5 seconds, then it should open in 5 seconds. If it wants to close within 5 seconds, then it should close within 5 seconds. That is the test case. That is the 8th test case. Then the 9th test case is lift should have a calling option, especially during emergency who gets stuck within the lift. Then there should be a provision within the lift. If I press that button, then the call should go to the people who are reachable in the emergency situation. So that should also you should validate as part of testing the lift functionality. The 10th test case is power failure. So you should simulate in multiple conditions what will happen when power will fail when the lift is moving between the floors. How is the backup situation? How much time it takes to lift to the backup mode? All those things you should validate as part of the lift functionality. Then the 11th test case is the default floor parking. Let's say when I switch off the lift, then you should go to the standard floor where you want to park, whether it will go to the ground floor, basement, or it will go to the top floors. That needs to be programmed and that needs to be tested as part of the requirement for that lift functionality. The 12th is the power consumption of the lift. You should ensure that all the parameters in terms of power consumptions, whether it consumes as per the requirements or not, that is also required to validate. Then the load testing, where if the lift is meant for 4 members, then you should test for 5 members, 6 members, 9 members, so that whether the lift is able to give the alarm signal saying that it is overloaded or underloaded. All those things should be able to call out as part of the load testing. The 14th is the door operations, especially when the lift is moving from one floor to another floor. The door operation should not be performed, because during movement doors should not get opened, right, in an automated manner. It is very dangerous for human beings. You should validate that test case as well as part of the lift testing. I hope you are able to get hold of all the 14 test cases for the lift functionality. Hope you like this video. If you like this video, please click on like button, and if you have visited Testing Shala YouTube channel for the first time, then do click on subscribe button and bell notification so that all our future videos related to software testing will be in your inbox. That would help you to enhance your software testing skills. Thanks for watching this video. Bye for now. Take care.